Welcome to another edition of Take a Card, Make a Card. My name is Evan.
I am Javier.
On this show, you already know what the gimmick is, but we don't.
And I am stressed about it.
We're very stressed out. On this show, we, during the time of recording, take a random gimmick and we have to make the best 5-match card from using matches from history. And it has to fit whatever the parameters are of that gimmick. You see the gimmick below because you clicked on the video at the time of recording. We have no idea.
None whatsoever. But we do know that an NXT TakeOver card is the best way to go. So 5 matches.
Yes, let's talk about the rules. It is a 5-match card because we agree that NXT takeovers are the right length. You cannot repeat a wrestler. Javier had a mini foul last time trying to repeat AJ Styles.
I lost the vote because of that.
He had all of the matches in every promotion available to him, and he chose 2 AJ Styles matches because he is a mark. He loves it. You love AJ Styles, as you should. He's great. So no repeating wrestlers, no repeating championships. It all has to fit within the confines of whatever the gimmick is. They have to be real matches. You can't make up new matches. And like I said, 5 matches and 5 minutes to make our card, which you'd think is enough time.
It's not.
It's never enough. It's stressful to the very end. I have the Take a Card, Make a Card up on the screen. Javier, we have 1 to 12 as the options today. Where are we going?
I just randomly thought about Darren Williams, so we're going to go with number 8.
Randomly thought, as we all do, randomly thinking about point guards from our past. Everybody say a point guard. Andre Miller. Great choice. Number 8. Must include an NXT Men's or Women's Champion. Every match must include an NXT Men's or Women's Champion. It does not need to be for the title. It does not even need to be in NXT. But they must have won the NXT Men's Heavyweight Championship or the NXT Women's Heavyweight Championship.
Tag teams?
Nope. The men's singles title and women's singles title. That is it.
Okay.
This is interesting. There is quite a lot of history and a lot of people who've made it to other companies or main rosters who have lots of matches you can choose from.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting to see where we go with this.
Ooh, man, this is tough.
This is tough. I already have some thoughts in mind.
I already have a match. I know.
I already have a match too. Is it an NXT match?
Yes.
Okay. I
feel like most of these are probably going to be NXT matches.
You're probably right. All right. The 5-minute timer is on, and it starts right now.
5 minutes later.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Timer is done.
That was stressful.
I don't think it was as stressful as other ones, only because there's a finite number of people.
I just kind of forgot who the hell was the champion.
So that's the first thing I did is I went to the both NXT titles, and I said, okay, who's on both lists? So there's been 17 NXT Women's Champions, and there's been 22 NXT Men's Champions.
See, the problem is I like to think that I know more than the internet, so I just went straight off the dome.
I mean, I forgot that Dolph Ziggler won the NXT title, so...
Oh, he did not make my list.
He did not make my list either. All right. I'm trying to remember who went first last time. I feel like I went first last time, so I think it's you.
Okay. So, on my beautiful, beautiful card
on your beautiful, beautiful card.
100% going to win this week. My match 1, we're starting off with an absolute burner of a match here. Shield versus Wyatt Family Elimination Chamber 2014. Why am I allowed to use it? Because Seth Rollins was the inaugural NXT champion.
That is so good. Very good pick. Well done.
Yes. Thank you.
That was, I got back into wrestling the WrestleMania before, and that was one of the first angles that I was like, I've been involved since not the beginning, but close to the beginning for both of these. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
It's a great match. A lot of great moments. And, it's 2 factions that came up around a time that we needed a lot of new blood injected into the product. And I'll be damned if they didn't do that.
That's fair. Also, we're recording this on what would have been Brody Lee's birthday. So,
shout out
Brody Lee. Yeah. All right. Match 2.
Next match was one that I had to think about for 2 minutes. I had 2 minutes left and I needed one more match and I could not think of anything. And then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm throwing this one in there. We recently covered this on the podcast. It's Ayako Hamada versus Kana from Shimmer 50.
That's a good pick too.
October 2012. Kana, for those who don't know, is Asuka, who's the NXT Women's Champion for forever.
Had the longest single reign.
She had to vacate, right?
Well, she vacated when she went to the main roster instead of anyone beating her, which was stupid.
No, I kind of like it.
No, I don't.
I like it.
All right, so that's match 2. Who do you got for match 3?
Number 3 is a match that I may mention in next week.
Okay.
It is a triple threat match from WrestleMania 39 this year. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Gunther.
Very good.
The IC title. Was that night 1? I think it was.
That was night. Ooh, I don't remember what night that was.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's a banger of a match. Hard hitting. 3 guys, big men going out there slapping meat, doing the whole thing.
It was night 2.
It was night 2.
Yeah.
All right. It was also like kind of daytime during that match, which I like the aura of that happening then.
I like everything in the daytime except for Undertaker entrances.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
My next match is the first match I thought of for some reason with this list. It actually involves 2 ex-NXT Women's Champions.
Okay.
It happened this year. Not in WWE, though. Mercedes Moné versus Kairi.
Oh, yeah.
Battle at the Valley from February of this year.
Okay.
For the New Japan Strong Women's title.
It
was so good.
Yeah.
So good. And then my main event.
Your main event.
Because it has to be the main event. Johnny Gargano's involved. It's DIY versus Revival. TakeOver Toronto, 2 out of 3 falls match. We love it. You were there.
I was.
Great match.
I didn't even have that on my card, and I was there.
I had to put it on there. I thought very deeply about my favorite NXT match, which is Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano from New York. TakeOver New York, I think it was. But in the end, I was just like, I just kind of want that in there.
That Toronto match just
kind of want that in there.
Such a good match. All right. That's a good 5. It's a good 5. I thought we were going to have overlap because of my opener. So my turn. 2 former NXT men's champions. A match that you showed me.
Oh, God.
ROH Final Battle 2012. Kevin Steen versus El Generico Ladder War.
Son of a bitch. I didn't even think about that.
That is the first match I thought of. Because I was like, I'm like, who do I think of when I think of the NXT title? I think, weirdly, first of Sami Zayn. Like, that's the first person I think of when I think of the NXT title, the men's title.
Yeah, I mean, the night he won the championship was my first ever NXT show.
It really put NXT, I think, into a next iteration, a next generation, next era. And
yeah, that was the first one I saw because I knew I heard that Kevin Steen was coming in and Sammy was wrestling for the main title, and I was just like, I gotta watch this.
So that's my number 1. Number 2, we go to NXT UK. And we take, at the time of recording, the current NXT Men's Champion, Ilya Dragunov, versus, at the time, Walter.
Okay.
NXT TakeOver 36.
At one point, the triple threat match, I erased it and I put that match in. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And so I switched it back.
I do love the IC triple threat, but this is the match that I think people already knew Walter was Walter. Like his presentation since he's shown up has been.
Well, they had the match on that random episode of NXT UK, which is just freaking incredible.
And then this match, Ilya Dragunov just was like, everything you thought I knew how to do, I'm so much better at it. Watch me.
Yeah,
and so I considered the Carmelo Hayes match too because that match against Carmelo Hayes, outstanding. All right, number 3. To the main roster in WWE, TLC 2018. A triple threat TLC match for the SmackDown Women's title. Asuka, Charlotte, Becky, 2 former women's champions, and also Oh, I guess Becky won it now. She went
Becky
back
won
and
it
won it again. Yeah, I like that. For a while, it was like Becky was the one who didn't win, and now it's like, no, she did. She got it now.
Yeah, but she won it in the cheap way.
She went back and was like, all right, I got to go get my GED.
It's like, all right, cool. It's like LeBron winning the in-season tournament against the Pacers. It's like, congrats, you beat the Pacers.
Dude, I love the Pacers this year. This match is really good.
Yes, it is really, really good. That and the Evolution match between Becky and Charlotte were two of the best matches of 2018.
Also tempting, Charlotte Rhea from WrestleMania 39.
Yes, thought about that one as well.
Chip on the shoulder. Absolutely outstanding. Number 4, another match that you introduced me to. I was aware of it, but I did not go out of my way to see it. We go to the Tokyo Dome. We go to Wrestle Kingdom 10, and we go to Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
Evan Gomes,
I'm cooking.
Dirty boy.
The fact that have used 2 matches that you've shown me.
Evan Gomes, you dirty boy.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's good shit.
I've already lost. I've resigned to the fact that I've already lost.
My main event, I was like, okay, who do I think of when I think of the NXT Women's Championship? I'm like, well, I think of Asuka, but I already used Asuka. I think of Shayna Baszler, but that was more like just the run was really good. The matches were kind of, they were okay. Like, there were some standout ones. I really liked her rivalry with Nikki Cross. I thought she was really good against Nikki Cross.
Was it TakeOver Portland? Yes, she had like she had, was it? No, I'm thinking of Asuka and Nikki Cross. No, the TakeOver Portland match, I think with Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty good one too.
Good. But instead, when I think of the NXT Women's title, I think of 2 women. I think of Sasha Banks and I think of Bayley. So, which of their matches do I want to go with? Do I go with the Iron Woman match? No, I go with NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. So fucking good. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2015 for the women's title. It's such a good match.
It is. It's great. It's one of the best women's matches ever.
It's Bayley winning the title. It's such a big moment.
Yeah.
So we put it in the main.
Yeah. You smoked my ass. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You freaking you covered me up with some sort of binder to get it good.
Mustard?
A little mustard, a little whatever it is. You put the seasoning over it. You made sure it got all in there. You got the good wood, that cherry wood, whatever the hell the good wood is. You put me on the smoker. You let me go for 8 hours. You took me back. You lathered up some barbecue sauce on there with the freaking Shinsuke match, and then you put me back on. And by the time I was done, I was perfectly cooked. I was juicy, and you caught me on the plate, and the plate was Bayley versus fucking Sasha.
I like this. I don't even have to, support my own argument. I will say, I got really nervous when you started with Shield Wyatt. I was like, I don't have Seth Rollins on my card anywhere. Like and that's the thing is like if you look at the list of women's champions and men's champions that we just didn't include, like Io Shirai is nowhere on our list. Adam Cole is nowhere on our list. Aleister Black is nowhere on our list. Samoa Joe is nowhere on our list. Like
I erased him. I had the triple threat from the
TNA Impact triple threat.
Yeah, the TNA triple threat with him, AJ, and Christopher Daniels, but I took it off. It was originally my intro match, and then I was like, oh wait, Seth Rollins. No, Shield versus Wyatt family. Before
we leave, who's the worst men's NXT champion of all time?
Like because of their run?
Or because of their run, or because of just their... Let's do both. Run versus career.
Well, the worst is probably Karrion Kross. No, wait. Sorry. Because of career, Bo... Man,
Bo.
It's Bo or Karrion Kross?
Main roster Bo.
Yeah. Because of their run?
Ziggler. He had it for 4 weeks.
But I just don't like to count him because he doesn't count in my eyes. I don't know. They did a really good job of presenting.
There's really nobody like so long bad on here.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know, man. Like Keith Lee didn't hold it for that long.
No, he had it for 44 days.
Yeah, so I think Keith Lee probably is up there.
And
unfortunately,
the women's title, it's like everybody's pretty good.
I
don't think there's one that I'm like, oh, I'm upset that this person like. Maybe maybe Indy's run was a little underwhelming.
It was like a week.
It was 31 days. It was the shortest. So
she like hurt her ankle right away.
It was rough. All right, it is up to you. In the comments, you see both cards on the screen. You know Javier's vote is for me, and you know my vote is obviously for myself as well. But you tell us in the comments who you think won and what your card would be using only NXT Men's and Women's Champions. Follow the podcast, hit subscribe as we continue our road to WrestleMania. We're going to be at WrestleMania 40 this year. Very exciting. You should also follow us on social media at Crossbody of Work on Twitter, on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Take a Card, Make a Card. We'll be back in the new year to do one of these again and be stressed out all over again. We'll talk to you then.
Stress.